As we continue to follow this situation in Searsmont, we want to check in with our reporter Sean Stackhouse.
Sean, you have been on that scene watching it evolve throughout the afternoon.
Well, Brian and Amanda, it's been a very long day for firefighters here. We're expecting it to be a very long night. Just minutes ago, before you came to us, we actually saw a flatbed truck carrying floodlights, presumably so that firefighters can continue working to put out this blaze well after dark. Now, we have seen some significant improvements in terms of the conditions here. Right now, you're seeing the flames at their peak. Currently, they are much lower. But these flames shooting through the air have certainly made it a challenge. We're told that the fire broke out around 10:05. Searsmont Fire, the first on scene today. Now, we do know that there have been civilians as well as firefighters injured in this incident, and there are going to be many departments investigating, including the ATF, OSHA, the DEP, state police as well. Even the governor is going to be examining this site. But we are hearing from State Fire Marshal Sean Essler that it will be quite a while before any additional answers are provided. Take a listen.
We have not even really begun a scene examination, so we do not have a cause at this time and may not have for quite some time. We have a tremendous amount of work to do, but as the commissioner noted, the fire marshal's office primary concern right now is cataloging and ensuring those that have sustained injuries as a result of this fire are taken care of.
Now, one of the things I want to point out to you is the conditions that we're seeing. Into the sky for hours today, we were blocked in seeing the clouds because of the plume of smoke that was forming a cloud of its own, jet black from when we first arrived. Now we're able to see a cloudy evening as smoke still continues to rise out, but significantly lower than we were seeing prior. It's still a very active scene, though. Fire departments from across this region are still responding to it, and we're expecting them to be here for hours. We will be as well. Brian and Amanda.
Our Sean Stackhouse live for us in Searsmont, and we will continue to follow the situation there. Thank you, Sean.
I want to bring in meteorologist Ryan Brett now. So, Ryan, Sean was just talking about that plume of smoke. You picked up on that today as well.
Yeah, that's some really good perspective there from Sean. Early this afternoon and around about 11:30 this morning, we began to see some signatures on radar of a smoke plume around here. This is the current radar, and you can see that now that smoke plume is much lower to the ground. The Weather Service radar that scans this region originates in gray, and as the crow flies, that's about 60 or 70 miles away. And as you get farther from the radar, the beam height bends up, which means in this region it's detecting about 4,000 feet above the ground level. So after the explosion, when that plume was so dense and rose so high, weather radar was actually picking up this plume for a time in this region here. There were a few light showers in the area, but the way we were able to tell was by using a mode of the radar that's traditionally used in severe weather called correlation coefficient. This tells us if something looks different than an ordinary raindrop or snowflake. It's often used in tornadoes to detect debris. In this case, this blue area here was the smoke plume, 4,000 feet or higher above the ground, carried in the westerly wind that went all the way back from Liberty toward Liberty and Palermo as well. This area here was a rain shower. Right now there are a few rain showers, mainly going south of Searsmont, one headed into Belfast. And just to show you that mode of the radar now, you can see all the reds. Those are raindrops, not indicating the smoke that was in the sky earlier. A little heavier shower headed into Bangor, another one around Pittsfield, some light rain toward Ellsworth. Most of southern Maine is dry at the moment, and tonight will be drying out. We'll have temperatures that drop into the upper 40s by daybreak tomorrow, and our weather tomorrow will be quiet. Sunshine with temperatures getting into the 70s and afternoon sea breeze at the coast. We'll have more on what's ahead for the rest of the weekend in a few minutes.
As we continue our ongoing coverage of today's breaking news, I want to show you some of the images we've received today from the ground. This obviously from inside Robbins Lumber yard as those initial fires were going. So again, we know at this point that 11 people were injured today, but this provides a real perspective of what these fire crews walked into when they arrived on this scene. Again, getting that first call between 10 and noon today.
Yeah, and as we continue to look at some of those images, we also want to let you know that we've heard from some of those fire departments through some of their posts on Facebook, where even Thorndike mentioned that there were a number of fire trucks that were damaged in this fire as well. So certainly something we don't see very often when crews are covering these very large scenes. So again, as we continue this, another element of the fire is how it was defined as a mass casualty incident.
Yeah, that's a term we've been referring to all afternoon. Bailey Cornick is live in our studio to explain exactly what that means. Hi, Bailey.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Amanda. So the term mass casualty, the explainer there, it can be a little misleading and frankly, it can be quite alarming. Part of the reason why is we often confuse or use casualty and fatality interchangeably. But it's important to remember casualty is defined as a person killed or injured in an accident, disaster, sudden event, or war, whereas fatality is strictly defined as a death. This is how Cornell law defines mass casualty event. It's the first requirement from Cornell is also worded kind of confusingly, but essentially it's an incident resulting in casualties to 3 or more victims, including the following conditions here. 1, an incident that exceeds the normal resources for emergency response available in the area where an event takes place. And 2, an incident that results in a sudden or timely surge of injured people needing those emergency services. The explosion at Robbins Lumber today ticked those boxes. It's also important to differentiate a mass casualty event from a mass fatality event, which means multiple deaths. So in this case, the incident in Searsmont has been classified as a large-scale mass casualty incident. That's why we wanted to explain this sort of umbrella term to you all at home. Brian and Amanda, I'll toss it back to you guys.
All right, Bailey Cornick in our studio tonight. And if you'd like to help out the responders today, I want to let you know the Freedom Volunteer Fire Department says the Fraternity Village General Store has been accepting donations. You can call or visit the store on Main Street North in Searsmont. Their number is on your screen right now. It's 342-5866. We're told your donation will go where it is needed most.